Kia ora, lovely Capricorn. This is your reading for, actually your first reading for 2022. So thanks for joining me at the Lightroom Forecast. These are really general readings, Capricorn. So let's get stuck in. We've got a journey map card and a Kim Cran's animal card face down that we'll pull up at the end just to see if there's any relevance with the cards that we shuffle today. So I'm just going free flow on it today. So a few cards to begin with, and then just another card moving forward, and then we'll clarify. So let's see, Capricorn. Actually, I'll speak while I'm shuffling. We get the Prince of Wands, hot and cold, on and off. Very fiery, of course, but is that hot or is it cold? There's a unreliability about this card. Oh, God. We have the Ten of Wands coming. That maybe there is someone in your life. It could be aspects of yourself. We get the Ten of Wands, end of a cycle coming up as well. Another wand. It's all about matters of the will. Prince of Wands could be aspects of yourself which you're ready to let go of, or it could also be someone in your life, but it's definitely coming to the end of a cycle with the Ten of Wands. We can't carry those wands anymore, and maybe there is a decision to be made, and it is largely about timing here. We get in the Thoth deck, it's called Art, the card of alchemy. It is temperance. So it's timing. Timing. It may well be a case of, it could be anything for anyone out there, but it might be a case of when to strike, when is the right time to move forward. Coming to trying to figure that out. What it does suggest here is that there is a natural timing to this, which is not necessarily within your control, Capricorn. It's not within your actual physical control. There are some things here that you need them to carry out their own course. Moving forward for Capricorn, we'll go through and clarify. Moving forward for Capricorn, please. You've made, I just do get that, you've made great progress and headway at this time. Moving forward, we get the Eight of Discs. We see, often the Eight of Discs is a figure perfecting a skill, a craft, a project over and over again until it's totally the way that you want it to be. In the Thoth deck, Prudence, again, we kind of feel the connotations of prudence, where timing is very important. As we see with this Temperance card, that timing is very important, and we see that the gains that have been made, that you have made, you want to protect because it's burgeoning. It's not necessarily new growth, but it's something in its infancy or in its youth, and it needs to be protected. Is what we get. Is what I get on that one. Let's just clarify. Let's just clarify here. We'll go through and clarify. We'll just pause that for a moment. Okay, Capricorn. So let's clarify the Prince of Wands. So we're seeing a kind of situation or scenario where there is something that you're releasing, and there's a timing involved in that. There's also something underneath that that really needs to be protected, and it's burgeoning growth. But in fact, it's something that you've worked hard at. We get this, came out twice actually. Looking at the Prince of Wands, this sort of hot and cold character. Consistency is a key here. We get the King of Pentacles, which is about the most consistent king, you know, this figure who really does get things done and make sure people are looked after and all of those things, like a classical king's, the classical king archetype. Maybe there's a shift happening here with yourself or someone in your life. There's certainly a maturing going on with that Prince of Wands. I do feel. Ten of Wands, please, for Capricorn. Wow, yeah, this is a challenge. This is a challenge, letting this go. And I do get a sense of like allowing others to have more responsibility or to take on more, allowing others to do this. This is a key for you to relinquish. It doesn't mean you're relinquishing your control as such over whatever this is, a situation, whatever it is, work, whatever. It could be anything. These are really general. But it is that there's a kind of like a little test here to allow others to, you know, it's like spreading the work out there to lighten your load. That's what I'm getting. Because we have the 9 of discs here. This, like, it's financial independence. It's independence on every level and being quite happy within your own garden here. You know, metaphor for the self. But with that, you know, we've got the magician with his one or her one wand, wielding the wand. So it's not to say that you're not still, you know, there's something about relinquishing control. The key to it for you, Capricorn, is that it actually gives you another tool. In other words, it empowers you to relinquish some power. So it's kind of a bit paradoxical here, but this is what I'm getting. Art, temperance, the timing card, the alchemical card. Let's see. Yeah, we get 3 cards. I've had these 2 come out. The Ace of Pentacles. This is definitely walking through a new doorway, which promises a lot of abundance. It may well be a slightly different, like a fork in the road. It's possibly a different approach that you're deciding to take on. I don't know why I'm getting that from this Ace of Pentacles, but it will bring you a lot of abundance. It will bring you a lot of peace of mind. I do get that here. The other card that came out is the Hermit. You know, often the Hermit, yeah, we go and we look in the dark corners but we also, of ourselves, but we also guide within the Hermit. The Hermit's cloaked, as we see, but it can be very much guidance for others, guiding other. And not only looking at your internal dark corners, but guiding and taking people through that too, you know, which is quite interesting. There's a timing. Yeah, this is timing. It's new. It's bringing in new things for you, Capricorn. We also get the wonderful six of discs. Reciprocity, mutual, completely balanced. Completely balanced, giving and receiving here. The generosity, there's a lot of generosity. There's a lot of generosity here within this reading. Actually, it's very gentle. Moving forward with the 8 of discs, protecting this new stuff, this new growth. And possibly not responding and maybe what has been a habitual way. Look, there's something new. You know, you're doing something new. Well, you kind of got to the end of the line, so you have to. You know what I mean? That's sort of what it's like. But it's not to say that you didn't want to. And sometimes we need clues. You know, we need just something to shift. And it allows us to see what potentials there are in terms of how we can work a situation. Is just what I'm getting. So for the 8 of discs, this card, there's a lot of effort. There's a lot of love that's gone into this gorgeous tree. So to clarify that, we have the 9 of Wands, another wand, very will-focused reading, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. So we're bookended really, king, queen, husband and wife, wife, husband, whatever way you want to look at it. We're taking on a sort of benevolent role here. Self-assured. Look, it's really interesting. With the 9 of Wands, as I say, possibly you kind of, it's like being generous in terms of allowing others to do work or to carry more of a load, or it's like giving that, it's like allocating it to others, and in doing so you sort of empower yourself at the same time. As I said before, it's kind of paradoxical what's going on here. Let's just get a little pixie and fairy card. Yeah, look, there's some, you know, we get this partnership card of Lace the Moon's Daughter, and it is a partnership card. We've really got a lot of hope and faith, and we're following the light in some ways. We're following the breadcrumbs along this illuminated path. And, you know, when things just flow, like, we have support. There's not a struggle here. There's not a power struggle or any kind of struggle with, there's not a struggle. It's everyone's going in the same direction. Everyone's on the same page, it seems. Now, let's just have a look. Yeah, it's something, you know, it's like Capricorn. You know, I know generalizing here, but Capricorn's very practical. Very practical. Sometimes it's like, what, you know, because you look to see what you can make of a situation, of anything, actually. How can you, you know, structure it? How can you set it up, use it? To me, in this reading, there's something's coming in from elsewhere, something different, a different angle you're able to, or something different that you're able to sort of absorb and go with, that it doesn't have to be quantifiable to you somehow. I say this because we get the journey map card, the enchanter. This is about, you know, really feeling the joys of life. I guess the caution here is to be swept away. But I don't think you've got any, you know, like when you're walking in the bush, the conditions change suddenly and you find yourself, you are sort of on cloud 9. It's so amazingly beautiful. And then, boom, something happens. The weather shifts very quickly and you find yourself in stock, being lost. Something like that. I don't think there's any chance actually of that happening with Lace the Moon's daughter here, but there's a caution, I guess. But it is that you're putting your faith into something here that's it's not normally what you would put your faith into. It's like something's opened up for you, Capricorn. Something new has opened up. And you're quite well prepared and happy to walk through that doorway. And this isn't not just about tangible wealth. You know, it's not just about that. With the enchanter, we get the unicorn. That's why I say it's sort of, and there's all that stuff about the unicorns, isn't there? And I guess, I mean, I don't have my book to this deck here, but I just like the unicorn because it's kind of like a horse with a horn. I can't quite recall all the myth and story about unicorns. But anyway, it is otherworldly, it's intuitive. And I do, with this card, always think of a more intuitive direction. That we're being guided by something that's not necessarily in our physical world. It's not written on paper. It's not really quantifiable. It's something that's been opened up within ourselves through the process of facilitating a hermit's journey for someone else, actually. As much as for yourself, it involves someone else. So, there we have it. That's your reading, Capricorn. I wish you well. Thanks for liking, sharing, and subscribing because it really helps me to keep this channel going and getting the readings out in a timely fashion. So take good care. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you. Bye.